Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to finish reading Turbulent Undercurrents. Let's get into the game. So there is less than a day left, and I haven't finished reading it yet. So I got 4 nodes to complete, and maybe I can do challenges and extra stages as well. Let's see if I have time for this. Yeah, I definitely do, but it is pretty late my time, so we got a mob to fight. Alright, so in the previous episode, I guess you can call it, we entered the ship and in search of land, and finally found some hints, but it was a dollar arena and we found a dollar that looks like a Krolek. But I guess we'll find out what's up in that, maybe. Okay, so stage 6, blind bet. Violence that can't be hidden. Disgust that can't be held back. Okay, yeah, I'm tapping out in the 10. Still haven't set up the setting for the audio not breaking up. I don't really... Maybe it doesn't matter much. Okay, this guy again. Oi, you awake? Lynn's blank eyes open. She turns her head jerkily towards the voice. Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded. Awake then, are you? Carl presses a button on his remote. There is a crisp click, and the bindings on the electric chair disengage. Stand up and walk around. Lind stands up and mechanically walks around the room, then awaits Carl's next command. Turn in place, then sit back down. Seeing Lind execute his commands to the letter, Carl claps his hands in delight. Humph, I didn't think the beta virus would be so effective. Even a rushed copy of 45% of the code segments is still enough to control a doll's neural cloud. No wonder those defects in the arena all fight like they're possessed once they get infected by it. Why did I sit on such good stuff like this instead of giving it to me? Lind is keeping quiet. Maybe it didn't quite work on her? Good stuff. I was just pretending to space out. He totally fell for it. Seems a bit too easy, doesn't it? Talk about a stupid moron of a Nepo baby. Once again, Lind lambasts Carl's intelligence in the confines of her mind. Damn, Carl. Can't even see what's happening here. Forget it. This actually helps bypass all kinds of problems. Might be able to get him to spill the beans on something too. That data assault on my level 2 just now was massive. If I hadn't pulled back in time, my neural cloud would really have been overwritten. Was it because the virus code was incomplete? Still, once this virus targeted towards Gerard dolls, I was built by IOP, so why was it effective against me? Could it be that Gerard dolls use the same base layer technology as IOP dolls? Before Lind can reach a conclusion, Carl gives her another order. Oi, doll, come here. I'll tell you about the arena rules and your opponent tonight. Here it comes. Let me see what exactly you're up to. Lind walks over to Carl's side. While Lind was mentally prepared for what she might see in an arena, the sight before her still hits her hard. Screen shows a camera feed. In it, a red-colored doll with bunny ears is viciously chopping a doll on the ground to bits. It exemplifies cruelty, violence, and savagery. Just about every frame of the video maxes out Lynn's tolerance for disgust. As you can see, there are no rules in the doll arena. You can use any means to attack and can freely destroy your opponent's frame. Simply put, whoever reduces their opponent to scrap first, wins. Carl pushes the pause button. The feed is frozen on an image of the moment when the red doll cuts her opponent in half at the waist. This is your opponent tonight, Krolek, who's known as KO9 here. Or 09, I guess. Maybe Perry? I don't know. KO9. When a certain underground doll arena was all the rage in the green zones, she was one of the two most popular fighters there. Do you know why that is? Melee combat dolls are rare enough for starters, and her brutal fighting style was most entertaining. And of course, the more thrilling the show, the more the audience loved it. Unfortunately, the real Krolek escaped during an accident 8 years ago, and it was her partner, the other most popular fighter there, who held her free. Even though they usually tried their best to kill each other in the ring, they decided to be all buddy-buddy at a time like that. Those make me sick. Despite being created by humans, all they think about is betraying humanity. Forget it. Why am I even telling a doll like you all this? Carl throws up his hands in desperation. So let me get it right. The real one escaped 8 years ago. Was this the other Krolek model, or was this a different fighter? Did they like recreate Krolek? Was this guy who recreated her? I don't know. The organization's finances haven't been doing too well recently, so in order to whet the investors' appetite, that modified one of Krolek's replica frames into the KO9 units. Okay, so we replicated her. It preserves the original Krolek's fighting style to the maximum extent. Even her swing force is one-to-one match. Unsurprisingly, KO9 is undefeated in the arena. It's won 22 consecutive matches so far, and its total winnings are a jaw-dropping amount. This is why I've brought you here. I want you to appraise the KO9 and become the new king of the ring. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? What? So it was for such a stupid reason? That's why I hate unreasonable violence. It takes great effort for Lynn to suppress her desire to throw up. No, now is not the time to fight back. If the commander were here, or even just leader, you tell me not to be impulsive. I need to stay calm. The way you are now makes it hard for me to tell how much it's actually getting through. If you understand, repeat what I just said. Understood. My mission is to help you destroy the doll that your dear father went to all that effort to build. Yes, good. Carl nods in satisfaction. That tone, though, it sounds strange. Is sarcasm a factor default setting for you? She said it in a sarcastic tone, huh? Never mind. It doesn't matter. As long as you blow KO9 apart with your shotgun, the audience will go crazy over you, and you'll become the new star of the underground with countless fans and followers. Meanwhile, I'll have the grounds to talk terms with the father. I have proven that I can influence the family business, that I am the one who most deserves to operate Mother's cruise liner. How is that? Isn't that a win-win plan worthy of a genius? Maybe there are a lot of holes in that plan, but you're not about to find out. Carol looks at Lynn's blank face and seems a little disappointed. Father was like this too. He'd either mock me or ignore me every day. Go ahead and talk. It doesn't matter if you're sarcastic or not. This is just a war. For instance, don't you have any questions you want to ask me? Right, just ignore those unnecessary orders and ask what you want. This is supposed to be brainwashed, so it might not have supposed to have much free will. You just said that having me get rid of KO9 was just one of your goals, right? So firepower wasn't the real reason you picked me. Of course. If I just wanted a fighter, buying a tactical doll from the black market would have been simple enough. But the arena isn't a battlefield, it's ultimately just a form of entertainment. The performance aspects of it are more important than the fighting elements. Like pain, for instance. Carl chuckles, then taps the ULSD dossier on his table. I know you were an experimental unit with simulated sensory organs, and your ability to perceive pain is beyond anything other dolls can match, let alone these fighters. Most of them are defects Father produced in the process of producing 3rd gen dolls. Most don't even have mature neural cloud modules loaded. They're failures in every sense of the word. While the beta virus does have a side effect of amplifying sensory feedback, they can only respond mechanically, which is far from what research-grade work demands. So even pain can become an object of scientific study? If the audience wants it, nothing is impossible. Oh, you should watch this. We'll be working together for a good long time anyway, so the more you understand, the better. The scene on the monitor changes to a video log of an experiment. A shabbily dressed man is tied to a wooden rack, and a group of researchers in white coats are surrounding him. Commencing experiments number GR00237. New collecting data on edge implement injury. The researcher raises his scalpel and jabs it into the test subject. Blood sprays out and covers the screen. That subject screams echo through the chamber, while the researchers look down at their clipboards and scribble notes, as though all this was just a footnote to completing their experiment. Experiment number GR00237. Control group, begin procedure. The scene shifts. The test subject is now a doll. A researcher drops a scalpel into the doll's arms once, twice, over and over again until he has produced suffering like what that human endured. What? Why? Why were they doing this? Lind feels her neural cloud temperature spiking. If what she saw before was merely nauseating, what she's looking at now, it fills her with utter, boiling rage. The image of the test subject doll defocuses, disintegrates, then comes back together before her eyes, over and over again. The lingering pain from the virus awakens. traveling through her frame until it converges on her right arm. It's as though the scalpel has passed through the screen and is stabbing through her saint's skin. Ow, that hurts. The last time I felt that was when Lynn squeezes her eyes shut. Memories pour in like a tide. Those days and nights laced with the scent of antiseptics and all the helplessness and misery suddenly feel exceptionally real to her. She remembers the blindly bright surgical lights, the ice-cold slab, the aloof looks on the researchers' faces, and the way she curled up from the pain. She remembers the questions she used to ponder back then. What did I feel back then, when I was chosen as a test subject? Was it despair, fear, discontent? No, back then I wasn't even self-aware enough to ask myself these things. I even thought that my pain was the whole reason I existed. Just like these test subjects and these arena fighters, they're being treated as tools to be used and discarded by the masters, and they think it's perfectly natural. But I know better now. I know this isn't right. I met people who showed me the truth, giving their all with correct words and correct actions in order to show that what was done to me was wrong. Lind recalls the faces of many people, the commander, Kalina, Hellion, and the others from Frostfall, and many others beside, all friends that she had the privilege of sharing her life with. If she hadn't met them, she would probably still be trapped in a place like this, existing only to suffer like in this video. So this time, it's my turn to... Just then, Carl's voice chimes in, taking Lind out of her thoughts and back to reality. Hey, you haven't moved the muscles for 3 full minutes. What's the matter? Did you block blue screen or something? Was that virus too strong? Did it burn out your neural cloud or something? Crap, I hope not. That would be really bad. A series of rapid knocks interrupts his words, and the waiter's voice speaks from outside the door. Master Carl, your father just called. It would be best if you attended to it immediately. What? Carl's face falls instantly. He rushes over to the door and flings it open. The waiter on the other side is startled by the forcefulness of his actions. What did he say? Your father sounded quite angry and said he was on the way back, so I was worried that he might have found out about your plan. Didn't he go to live with his staff to prepare for the technical summit? Does he say it was very important? How could he spare the time to come back? I am not really very sure. Really very. Damn it, damn it, damn it. He's always ruining things for me at the most important moment. Take me to the deck right now and think of a way to delay him. The door slams shut with a loud bang, and the voices of Carl and the waiter gradually fade into the distance. Lind breathes a sigh of relief. Phew. And here I was thinking about how to get rid of that arrogant young master. That phone call sure came in time. After that, Lind collects herself to the command console and begins planning her next move. Fortunately, I still have the virus data that I copied from the mansion robots. Since the robots going out of control was caused by a virus, then uploading it to all the security robots on the ship through the central command console should trigger an uprising too. Okay, I see what she's planning. Once they all go berserk, I'll wait for the right moment to lead the dolls out of here and make our escape. Lind looks at the clock on the wall and the endlessly progressing flow of time, where there are still many variables in the plan. Given the situation, she'll just have to take things one step at a time. I don't have time to decrypt the security routine. I'll just break through it by force. And so she does. Let's go, Lind. Yes, try to solo it, considering he's over-leveled anyway. No. Forgot to enable the ultimate animations. I guess it depends if the audience, which you don't know if you actually see it. Yeah. If the audience wants the ultimate animations. I mean, most players will probably see those animations very often. Maybe some people who might watch this are not really familiar. Yeah, whatever. Can turn it on later. So me personally, I'm okay with seeing them once a day. Because technically it sort of slows down the gameplay flow every time the animation is played. Okay, let's go and get rid of all of them. Anyone else around? No. Gotta interact with this. No, I guess as things keep growing. But we already reached this. Huh. If only Leader and the others were here. Doing this by myself is a pain. Fortunately, the virus is already doing its thing. A few more minutes and the ship's defense system will be completely paralyzed. Maybe I can use this time to find the exact locations of the imprisoned dolls. Let me see. The database should be here, right? Ah, I found it. It's a blueprint of the ship's internal layout. What are these next to it? Encrypted documents? I can't open them. Meh. I'll just copy them all and worry about them later. The hour hand on the room's clock has traveled quite some distance. The sound of hard leather shoes on metal passes. I guess that's the floor of the ship, is audible through the door, accompanied by Carl's cursing. You useless bastard! Why did you make such a big fuss even though nothing happened? As the master of the Novalis, I order you to bring my match forward right now. But no buts. And I don't care what the back-end people have to say about it either. You will begin the match before Father returns. Crap, that Carl guy is back. Copy parameters at 97%, 98%. Lind's fingers fly across the keyboard, her eye darting between the monitor and the door faster and faster. Come on, just a little more. The progress bar fills up with a beep. Lynn quickly closes the control terminal, then takes a deep breath before quickly returning to her previous position. Carl storms in, then quickly glances around the room several times, but finds nothing amiss. Then he glares at Lind. Are you awake? Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded. Seeing Lind wake up from offline status soothes Carl's frazzled nerves somewhat. Seriously, screw that old fart. He keeps messing up my plans. I was planning to work on tactics, but the situation has changed. And it looks like we won't have time for that now. Our match has been brought forward. We're up next. Just as well. The virus should kick in around that time. Alright, I'll play with you then. Ignorant of Lynn's intentions, Carl takes a deep breath, and then his confident smile returns to his face. Let's go, it's time we made our entrance. Yeah, what a weird smile. I don't know if I'll call it confident or punchable. It's very smug, for sure. Absurd Carnival. As the spotlights shine down, the clown's masks finally come off. Krolek KO9. A replica of Krolek made by the Gerard Group for Dole Arena battles. This copy reproduces Krolek's fighting style to the greatest possible extent, right down to a one-to-one replication of the force of her sword strikes. I was told it's a particularly hard mission in heroic mode. Do I want to see myself suffer? Oh, well, I can try it out that way. I think I need to level up my squad for this. But yeah, there's probably a lot of stalling going to be. If I won't be able to clear it in the heroic mode, I'll just do for the normal clear. Okay. My Frostfall squad is almost maxed out, but I might not have enough materials. Okay, so her gun is 16. Do I have the yellow version of it? No. And by yellow I mean it's got kind of... This is still yellow rather than orange. Though sort of approaching the orange. Yeah, I don't have a... And let's try leveling up Cheetah, but I don't think I'll have enough. Yeah, should be at level 55. Let's see. 449. Hopefully my PNG doesn't really cover up too much of dialogue or text, and I do read it out, or try to read it out. So if anything got missed, it's not gonna be too bad. Okay, to reach that buff I need more defensive ones. Let's readjust what's in there. I guess it shoved it in because of the burn unity. They don't have any more available. What do you guys have? Yeah, I don't really. Let's have that. Yep, that's good enough. Should get Solomi's gun sometime. Maybe. Also, while I'm still in the menu, I guess I can try to get you. So I don't have lead, but let's try my luck at getting indicator. Don't have enough for 20 rolls, but maybe I'll go one by one after. Don't know if it's a smart idea wasting all of my currency before the patch changes. But hopefully I have a good chance at getting the sisters, the GMP sisters. 11, but I don't know. This gacha, so yeah. However my luck is gonna work. But I guess I have enough to farm a bit later to these guys see something. Yeah, so blues. I don't know. Okay, one purple. And it's another pistol. Okay. Bam. The red doll easily evades the last shot. The blue doll loses his other arm and stumbles back, his neck spewing sparks. The red doll lunges forward, swinging her sword at the blue doll's whiteless and delivering a fatal blow. In the next moment, the blue doll keels over, and the red doll ruthlessly stomps her underfoot. With the battle decided, the roars from the audience grow louder and louder, waves of sound echoing inside the compartment. Finish her! Finish her! Target destruction command. Load complete. Yeah? The red doll drives her hand into the blue doll's chest, and with a burst of strength, she rips out her opponent's still glowing heart. There is a crunch of electronic components splintering, and then the arena is filled with deafening screams. Oh! In response to the audience's cries, the red doll raises the fragments of her opponent's heart to the earth. Then she turns and vanishes backstage. Leader, was the purpose of bringing all those dolls aboard this ship just so they could be thrown into this underground arena? I can't accept this. There's too much. How could something like this happen? I didn't expect the people behind the doll arenas to still be going strong. Looks like that crackdown operation from back then didn't get rid of them. What do you mean by crackdown operation? Were there places like this before? Yes, I heard that doll arenas like these used to be really popular in green zones for a while. Back then they were run by mobsters, and the purchase, modification and smuggling of dolls on the black market was very common. But ever since StateSec began their doll arena crackdown operation in 2067, such organizations began their decline, and the government began strengthening regulation of the use of tactical dolls. From the look of things, they're back. They just fled to the border between the green and the yellow zones. So those jerks from back then are walking around without a care in the world now? This isn't right. We can't be sure. Perhaps the mobsters were replaced by the Gerard group. Perhaps both sides reached an agreement to split the profits. The one thing we do know is that the people in charge of the arena now are the Gerard group, and their massive influence, power and resources. The casino above us? No, I should say this entire cruise liner exists for the sake of this underground doll arena. Guangzhou looks towards the rain. Workers are clearing up the doll wreckage from the arena. The sight makes Guangzhou's voice more somber. There is no telling how many dolls have suffered like that in this place. We're lucky to be able to live under the protection of Griffin, but we simply don't know enough about the dark side of civilized society. Now that you mention it, since this cruise is for members only, well, the people it serves are definitely very powerful, right? Maybe Gerard uses places like these to get political leverage on them. Correct. I'm sure there are many deeply hidden dealings here that we haven't discovered yet. Damn it. I wish I could reveal all the bad deeds to the world. Over there. Hey, who turned out the lights? Suddenly, the lights above the audience seats go out one after another from the outside inputs. In the darkness, a shaft of blinding light descends from above, illuminating the host. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MV Novalis. Our Queen of the Ring, KO9, will be taking a short rest, and she will return to give you an exciting show later on. To all our guests who wish to wager on the outcome, please proceed to the right side of the ring within 10 minutes and place your bets with your gold chips on hand. No wonder you need gold chips to get into this place. So that's what they're for. I'm sure many of our honored guests have lost their dolls during the course of tonight's arena matches, and as such, we have a special offer for you. All guests who have fielded contesters against KO9 tonight are entitled for a free trial of the group's latest batch of prototypes, codenamed GFL Beta, and enjoy the highest possible discounts tonight should they decide to purchase them. The host claps, and carefully crafted advertisement trailer appears on the big screen. Yes, advertisement is also the way to pronounce it. Yeah, but yeah. Rows of specially modified dolls walk into the frame, ranging from the domestic models to entertainment types, and everything else in between, each of different make and appearance. The only thing these dolls have in common is that they all have the same empty eyes as KO9 does. As you can see, the dolls from GNL Beta batch have blank neural clouds, and the default beta programming makes them completely obedient to your instructions. That means they won't complain, won't refuse orders, and they definitely won't betray you. You can customize them to suit your personal preferences and needs, or allow them to be freely used. Of course, domestic models will have all combat functionality removed, so you can rest assured that your product is absolutely safe. Oh, does that mean they won't even try to fight back? Of course. The host's voice slowly fades away, only to be replaced by twisted cheers and shouts from the audience. Some people are already planning how to make full use of their new acquisitions. All kinds of deviant discussions filter to the ear and make their way to Gwendry's and Cheetah's ears. Holy crap, are these people all perverts? I can't take it anymore. Leader, can I go teach them all a lesson? Calm down, Cheetah. You haven't found Lind yet. Also, we learned something from that little speech just now. At the very least, we now know why the dolls in the arena all seem so strange. Turns out they were under the control of a virus. We need to prepare for the possibility that Lind has also been controlled by that virus. Snap. The spotlights come on again, illuminating the freshly cleaned ring. Alright, after the short intermission, it's time for what we've all been waiting for. Since our next contender will be using firearms, we urge all guests to stay beyond the boundary line, lest you be injured by stray rounds. Light red panes of bulletproof glass rise from the arena around the ring, blocking it off from the audience. And now, introducing the Queen of the Ring and her challenger. As the audience cheers, the spotlights focus on and follow a crimson doll as she slowly walks into the ring. It is KO9, sword in hand. And then, a shaft of dazzling light shines down on the right side of the arena, framing a purple doll who's holding a familiar shotgun. I wouldn't say she's fully purple, but she does have purple highlights. Enjoying Cheetah surprise. Leader, that's Lind. Cheetah, try to establish comms with Lind right now. At this range, we should be able to contact her using our squad channel. The transmission goes through, but Lind's face remains blank, and she does not respond. What should we do, leader? I think Lind's already been taken over by that whatever virus. It can't be helped. We just have to go to her ourselves. I'll ask Tololo to make her the necessary preparations. Cheetah, get ready to back me up. Lind's safety is our top priority. Hello? Hello? Leader, I'm not getting a reply from Lynn's communicator. Not good. They're about to attack. Oh, slow-mo. Cheetah, pay attention to the enemy's movements. We need to step in to provide support if Lynn is in danger. Well, since I upped my difficulty and... oh shit, there's that 150 stability. A real boss fight, that is. I don't know if I just made my life harder for myself, but... let's try doing it to the cannon Frostfall squad. Okay. Not much shielding can get. Nice music though. You know what, I think I might have to replay that in lower difficulty, considering I only managed to do a little bit of damage. You should take out here. Okay, the amount of health kinda reminds me of some Gunsmoke frontline bosses, so might be annoying to clear. Except I guess there's less health in the Gunsmoke. Nothing. Well, you should have start damage. Okay, that was... that sure was an attempt. Okay, heroic is a bit overtuned, at least for me. Attack increase, HP stability increased by 200%. And there's also like ways to debuffs for the ally units. I guess those are bugs. Empty bugs. Yeah, this is like hardcore difficulty for people who want to prove they got those for the job. And we dread all that for now. Skip. Let's begin the fight. Is this stage kind of meant to be a solo battle? Alright. That amount of health is more manageable, but I don't know if soloing it is a good option. It looks doable. Let's see what I get. Right. Boom. Good job, good job. Maybe I should have pressed continue to save myself a loading screen. Okay, this is the last stage. Getting a very good portrait out of this, and 2 tickets which I have to use so I don't forget to do the farm. Sea of Ashes. Years of pent-up resentment are engulfed by flames in the sea. Boom! A hot load shot hits the floor of the arena. Metal balls ricochet off the bulletproof glass and cracks spider-web everywhere. Upon seeing Lynn's attack missed, KO9 quickly burrows her blade around, converting her swing to a thrust aimed directly at Lynn's chest. Lynn steps diagonally backward and barely avoids the strike, but KO9's sword tip raises her arm and leaves a dark red wound. That hurts. Fortunately, my tactical BDU is made of strong material, so only my thin skin got nicked, otherwise I might have lost the entire arm. KO9 clearly doesn't anticipate her opponent avoiding her otherwise fatal blow, because she freezes up with surprise. However, she quickly changes her stance and resets her swing, ready to launch another attack. Lynn's feet keep moving, and she dodges a series of attacks before pulling away to make some space between them. Why is she so damn fast? Is she actually a rabbit or something? She's been on me like Sabrina and Diener since the battle began. I haven't had a chance to counterattack at all. Even if it's because of the beta virus, that kind of tenacity is just scary. Lynn carefully studies KO9's every move as she works to get her breathing under control while shifting her center of balance, keeping her finger on the trigger. Switch it now. Okay. Yeah, give me a second then. Had to go do something, but now I'm back. Got some more water, and I can get back to reading. Let's see, I think my PG kinda covers the top, but this looks okay in my opinion. Okay, adjusted position of my little talking guy, and let's get back in. Okay. What was the last thing I read? Lynn carefully studies K09's every move as she works to get her breathing under control, while shifting her center of balance and keeping her finger on the trigger. Don't panic. Leader and Cheetah are in the audience. All I need to do is draw this out until the robots go berserk. I'll open fire the next time she rushes me. Should be able to find an opening then. Yeah. Now. The moment she sees K09 raise her sword, Lynn pulls the trigger without hesitation. A wall of shot spews from her gun spiral, and slams into K09's weapons with the crisp sound of metal on metal. Although K09 evades most of the metal balls with preternatural, haven't heard that word before, with preternatural speed, one of them manages to punch through her shoulder. Surprisingly enough, K09 completely ignores her shoulder injury and brings her blade down on Lynn's head with a cleaving chop. Lynn rolls back and out of the way, once again evading the attack by the skin of her teeth. Give me a sec. Okay. Just checking my audio levels. I think they're gonna be fine because same levels as the last video. No wonder Carol said something about wanting to improve the beta virus's sensory side effects. She'd clearly know where to sense the pain as I am. How is that even fair? It can't be helped. Time to go full out on her. I just have to fix your frame once we get out of here. Lynn takes a deep breath, then decides to max out her power output. A curtain of red-hot lead instantly blocks off the way ahead of her. K09 steps aside and dodges each and every pellet headed her way. Then she reverses her grip on her sword and rushes Lynn. When she determines that K09 is within range, Lynn focuses her fire on K09's lower body. K09 loses her balance as she takes a hit to her right leg, which supports her frame. Lynn jumps over, pressing the off-balance K09 to the ground with her elbow and pressing the muzzle of her gun against K09's head with her other hand. That ought to settle her now. However, K09 chooses this moment to erupt with tremendous force. She punches up with the back of her blade, knocking away the gun with her head before slamming her right knee into Lynn's chest and taking her by surprise. Pain radiates through Lynn's chest as she staggers back while panting heavily. Damn it! It hurts so bad I can't see straight. Although her vision is blurry now, Lynn still strives to right her balance while opening fire in K09's direction. Soon the auto-12 she's holding clicks as its hammer falls on an empty chamber. K09 dashes up in front of Lynn, her sword held high. Lynn! And then KO9's hand suddenly freezes in mid-air. The lights above her suddenly flash, and the bulletproof glass around the ring slowly lowers. The entire arena is filled with a bizarre silence. Then the sound of mechanical burr comes from all around them. Cheetah, now, support Lind. Their guns blaze fire as bullets hit the ground under KO9's feet, driving her back. Then, as though they've received some kind of signal, every single robot in the arena begins opening fire indiscriminately. The members of the audience scream and flee in all directions. Amidst the chaos, Kunju and Cheetah hear Lane's voice over their communicators. Looks like luck was on our side in the end. Lind, it's you! You mean you weren't taken over by that whatever virus thing? Thank goodness, I thought you were really finished just now. Finished my ass, don't jinx me. Lind gets up and dusts herself off, changing out the new drum of ammo as she does. Then she bolts over the arena's fencing and returns to Frostfall squad. Welcome back, Lind. Kunju and Cheetah smile as they meet her gaze. Then they pivot and boldly take up a defensive formation. Where's Talala? I'll tell you along the way. Right now, we're going to follow the route she planned and get us out of here. The sooner the better. We can't use the elevator anymore, so we'll need an alternative route. In other words, we'll have to go through the back of the audience seating, follow a supply corridor, and then use it to reach the main deck. Cheetah, prepare to fall back. No problem, leader. Leave it to me. Cheetah pulls a flashbang out of her waistbag, pulls the pin in it, then throws it on the ground. Smile for the camera. A blinding flash of light envelops the arena. The KO9 is forced to shield her eyes. When she can finally open them, all KO9 can see is a trio running into the back of the seating area. Automatic loading. Pursuit command. Target identification successful. Oops. Still looking the direction something. Ah, shit. it moved on to the next set of words. And I can't scroll up to check the history because it's not a visual novel. In a way, no, not a visual novel that has that option. Wait, so Mr. Arrogant Young Master went to all that effort to capture you because he wanted you to fight for him? Cheetah's exclamation is so loud that it echoes through the hall. A bunch of security troopers come to investigate, but a hail of fire forces them to take cover behind the pillars. As Lind shoots, she gives Cheetah a... give me a break, folks. Hello, we're trying to escape here. Can you keep it down? But things are up this way because he half-assed everything. Strictly speaking, it wasn't just because of that, but I don't have time to elaborate now. Cheetah, help me lay down some covering fire. I have something to tell leader. No problem. This time I'll protect you, Lind. Cheetah flashes an OK sign and then moves up to the head of the formation. Just then, a transmission from Tolma comes in. Leader, head right at the fork up ahead, and you'll see the corridor leading to the deck. Understood. Lind, what is that you can't wait until we get up there? What is it that can't wait until we get up there? Sorry, leader. But in a sense, this is the last chance I get for this. Lind takes a deep breath. then looks up the fork up ahead. I managed to interface with the resistance in the liners, the main control room, and I found their exact locations. That is, the dolls being controlled by the arena staff. I want to take them with us. What? Where are they being held? Area D3 on the port side. Tololo. Calculator route there. Roger. The reply from Tololo comes less than a minute later. The left path from the fork ahead leads to Area D3, the exact opposite way from the exit. And ship security is closing in on the location. It would be a risky course of action. If Gerard group reinforcements arrive quicker than we can move, things will be even worse. What do you want to do, leader? So fast. I'm gonna cough. Nice background sounds of a shootout. Kunju doesn't reply, only tapping her terminal with her index finger. Lind, I'm fairly sure you've prepared yourself for this possibility, but I must remind you that if we choose to commit to this course of action, we might not be able to complete the objective or ensure everyone's safety. Even so, do you wish to proceed? Yeah. I can't do it by myself, so I need you, Cheetah, Tololo, and all of Frostfall to help me out. You don't say things like this often. There is a short silence. Kunji looks Lind in the eye, as though she's come to a decision. Understood. Change of plans, Frostfall Squad. We're heading to Area D3 to rescue the captured dolls. Lind blinks in surprise as she stares at her squad leader. The mental image she's always had of Kunji is someone who has always been cautious and diligent. Yet she had agreed readily to Lind's request. You can see a trust which needs no justification in Kunju's eyes. Oh, so we're going to be doll saviors now? Awesome, I've always wanted a halo. Guess you'll get one after this. Tololo, help us draft another route that helps us avoid ship security. Wilco. Lind, how many dolls are we talking about here? According to the data from the control room, there are about 170 of them. The more troublesome thing is that their neural clouds have been bred by the beta virus. They might not listen to us anymore. Wait, so there are almost 200 of them and they might not even cooperate with us? I can't exactly cast them all off on one... card them all off one by one, right? Also, even assuming we got them into position to be evacuated, we wouldn't have the time or cabin space to evacuate them all. Kunju opens her terminal and begins thinking as she studies the ship blueprints. The dolls are all at the stern of the vessel. We could trap the enemy amidships. It would give us a lot more time to work in. Cheetah looks over Kunju's shoulder and studies the map. Then she points to the red shaded area at the middle rear of the vessel. Leader, why don't we blow up the central fuel tank over here and cut the ship in half? That way we can separate the part where all the dolls are. Wait. You want to blow up the ship in half? Do we even have anything powerful enough to do that? Have you forgotten this genius's forte? Cheetah produces a little ball out of nowhere and tosses it up, a wicked glint in her eyes. Ta-da! Below! Behold, my remote bomb! at last a place for it to see proper use. Anyway, give the order, leader. That bunny with ghosts coming after us. Coming after us. I need some water. Okay, I'm ready to read again. Quincy's gaze hardens as she focuses on the incoming figure in red. She quickly judges the feasibility of the mission and makes a decision. Cheetah, plan the explosives to the central fuel tank. Wait for a chance to set it off, but only after Linda and I arrive. Got it. Tololo, contact Miss Helion right now and have her send more backup. Once we scuttle the ship, we need people who can manage to move the part of the vessel where all the flows are. Understood. Linda and I will stay here to lure the enemy to the other side of the ship. We'll buy time for Cheetah, Tolo, and our backup to arrive. Causing chaos should be Cheetah's strong suit, right? Still, never mind. This sort of things is alright from time to time. Lind reloads her auto valve, then fixes her gaze on the incoming KO9 before pulling the trigger. Her shotgun sprays a torrent of lead, blasting huge chunks on the huge chunks on the masterfully carved marble paneling. A column collapses with a deafening crash. KO9 is forced to stop as the falling pillar blocks her path and throws up a huge cloud of dust. Aren't you good at running? Come catch us then. Some good music. Alright, let's get all the Frostfall in here.
Yep. Oh.
Yo. Alright. Tolo can kinda be here even though canonically she's not in here. Okay, the goals are evacuate, win within 6 turns, kill 2 balls. So this guy, and I guess this guy. Alright.
Yo.
Okay, that's enough to get rid of. And we are able to buff everyone from here. Okay, let's go tall. Get rid of that guy. Though Cheetah already jumped in the gun. There you go. Time to book it out of there. Okay, that's good enough distance to kill it with a knife. Although on this outfit it's like a magical missile of some sort. Just shotgun it to the face. Oh, okay, so I think there is a secret thing to pick up in here. Yeah, this is a extra resource. One ticket and this access by machine. Okay. You gotta go. There's a pool here. A bit of a mess here, but a nice night anyways. Kunju and Lind use the terrain to mount hit and run attacks on K09 and their pursuers. They managed to strand them on the B1 deck and get them to their main deck on time. And schedule it, okay. It's almost time. Cheetah and Tolo ready yet? The plan's going smoothly and our backup is in place. Head to the pickup point now. The pair ran towards the center of the ship, where they find Cheetah waving to them happily. Over here, over here. This time I was faster than you and Lynn. Aren't you going to praise me? Tolo, bring the chopper in. Prepare for extraction. Kunju pulls Cheetah behind her and looks up. Tolo pilots the chopper towards the three of them. It comes to a halt at the last moment. The rotor is churning up waves on the surface of the water below. The cabin slides open and Tolo puts her head out to throw a rope ladder down to the three of them. Come on! Just then there is a loud crash and K09 bursts out from a nearby hatch, her eyes aglow with crimson rage. She tightens her grip on her sword and immediately lunges to the three dolls. Now Cheetah, blow the charges. You're just in time. She just squeezes the button on her detonator and her bombs detonate the central fuel tank. A massive column of flame shoots into the sky and dyes the dark sky a dull red. The ship lurches heavily as it is cut in two. Fragments fly everywhere as the two halves spill over and begin sinking into the sea. KO9's frame is sent flying by the shockwaves. Action lands heavily on the stern of the vessel, while Frostfall uses this opportunity to scramble aboard the ladder. The helicopter climbs rapidly, rising high into the night sky. We did it! Lynn can see Hellions' backup arriving by the light of the burning deck. The familiar, formerly dust-gathering tugboat is now towing away the stern of the vessel, where the captured dolls are. Looks like we managed to rescue all those dolls, as well as that KO9. Hehe, things went better than expected. We're lucky that our backup arrived before Gerard's forces did, but we can't get careless because of that. Tololo, activate EW stealth systems. We need to get out of here ASAP. Understood. Mission complete. Preparing to RTB. Tololo presses the button on the helicopter's control panel, tremors for a moment in the night sky. Then it projects a holographic image around itself. Several seconds later, the helicopter blends into the starry sky, vanishing into the darkness before the dawn. I just got camouflage activated in it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ship, a bedraggled figure struggles to his feet before pounding on the locked room like a madman. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Carl jabs at his communicator. He presses so hard that his fingers have gone white from a lack of circulation. The door thuds heavily under his pounding. Father, do you hear me? Mother's ship is about to sink. I know you must have some way to do it. So please, please save this ship. This is the last thing Mother left behind. Despite Carl's veil of despair, the only answer from the communicator is the sound of static. Just when he thinks there will be no reply, the person he is calling suddenly speaks in a quiet voice. Father, is that you? Thank God you answered. You'll save this ship, won't you? If I were you, I'd think of how to get out of that room first, rather than whine and cry about a boat when your life is in danger. It's just a tool for making money. Is it really that important? It doesn't matter if it's blown up or scuttled. Once something loses its value, it doesn't matter what happens to it. You're the only one who's so dedicated to something left behind by a corpse. No, it can't be. This is Mother's legacy. How can you care so little about it? Also, I'm still on the ship. I'm your son. You can't just abandon me now. Abandon you? Yakov can't help but snort derisively at Carl's naive plea. My biggest mistake was not abandoning you after realizing that Celia has raised you into a failure, and even going as far as to give you a chance after chance to prove yourself, including this one. What do you mean? You saying you already knew about my plan? But when did you... What do you think? Did you really think you could have entered the main control room with just your meager access privileges? And, as it turns out, not letting you in was the right thing to do. I placed you in charge of things just once, and you fucked it all to hell. Not only did those PMC dolls run circles around you, He also managed to steal all the data in the main control room. And now they even got their hands on over 170 gladiator dolls. Exactly what do you think qualifies you to talk terms with me? You are the one who sank the ship, and you did it with your own hands. Yakov's judgment is like a cold blade, sinking deep into Karl's heart. Karl clutches the communicator tightly, muttering to himself, unable to believe what he's hearing. No, it's not over yet. I can remotely trigger those self-destruct programming. I can destroy the evidence. We can still turn things around. Now I am completely certain that you are even more of a mindless idiot than those dolls. They blew up the remote control server with their chopper before they left. You have well and truly fucked things up now. What? Upon realizing that there is no coming back from this, Karl slumps to the ground. This isn't my fault. Those damn dolls were only able to take advantage of the situation because I didn't get the full beta virus. It's not my fault. If you just gave me another chance. Another chance? You still want another chance? The company's had his hands full dealing with Fabin recently. The CEO is tearing his hair out by the handfuls over them. Did you know that? And you choose now, of all times, to pull off a stunt like this? There will be no more chances for you. Karl's mouth hangs open as he looks at the door that will not open for him. He does not even have the words to deny his father's words. As a child, you fooled around with high-grade parts like they were toys. It was like watching a monkey with a Kalashnikov. After all these years, you're still the same as when Celia was around. You haven't grown a bit. You don't even qualify to be an obstacle for me, let alone my successor. So, once something loses its value, it doesn't matter what happens to it. That includes me too, right? If you were this smart each time, you wouldn't have ended up like this. Yakov's words are casual, but they hit Karl like a punch to the gut. In Karl's memory, this is the first time his father has ever praised him. But it seems it will also be the last. No, you're my father, you wouldn't do this, right? You won't do this to me, right? Everything I did was to make you proud. Ever since Mother died, I've been working hard all this time. Don't bring up that mother of yours. Yakov suddenly explodes with rage. His resentment that has festered for so many years is finally pouring out. I wouldn't even have married that dumb bitch if she wasn't from the Orlok conglomerate. She made a fortune and all she did was sit on it, making a bunch of worthless toys or donating to charity. Not only did she criticize me for updating 16 Labs dolls tech, she was even planning to reveal the secrets between me and the CEO to the public. And so she had to die, and good fucking riddance to her. And even after her death, she left someone like you behind. I've been living in her shadow for far too long. You should have died along with Celia. What? So you say you killed the mother? Crack. The nearby portholes collapse under the force of the explosion, and glass rains down like hail. Karl's communicator falls to the ground, emitting a shrill error tone. Karl screams at it, but it will never answer him again, and the roiling flames consume his final words. You extinguished the sparks Mother left behind. And I guess he's getting burnt up in the explosion right now. I don't know if there's coming back for cover from this one, to be honest. Even someone with a painful past can still move forward for the sake of protecting others. Unlocked by completing all stages in turbulent undercurrents. Nice. So, story stages are over. It's almost 3 AM my time. I don't know if I should be dragging out my video time. It's 1 hour 30 minutes on video time, but maybe I can quickly try to clear some challenge stages. I think these ones aren't really much to write home about, the extra ones. There's just like little battle scenarios. And I don't know if I'll have time to actually go through all of them. I guess I should chat a little as I go through the stages. Maybe I'll be able to wrap them up in 30 minutes, but I'm not so sure. But yeah, I'm really like burning the midnight oil here, so to speak. Okay, so a bunch of reggers in this one and a preset team, showing off how Lint can work with full team of corrosion people. Those people? No, they are those people, right? Mechanical ones, but they are people. Okay, hard-baked Colokai sweep habit. But let's just do it. I don't see her default outfit often enough. I don't like how her hat brings up the cat ears. You can call it cat ears. Like little dishes. Like a sonar receiving stuff. Showing off. And I guess we break some boxes. Nah, that's not good enough to break them, but oh, she can move again, so I guess this one got her skills upped a bit. So good to know what her slightly leveled up. Actions I like. Now we got Nagant. She can't reach any enemies, so I guess she can sit around on Overwatch. In Girls Frontline 1, she got a nickname of the Babushka, or Babushka if we go with the English pronunciation, because she claims to be old and experienced veteran who likes to teach people. Also, in hindsight, I maybe should have waited with rolling all the all of my currency, considering I'm getting like 100 each time I clear a challenge stage. Same team, different scenario. I do like the look of this. Is this from one of the events? So it's a nice environment. As a aspiring game developer, environments like that are very, very nice to look at. I think I wanted to be a level designer, but unfortunately didn't get any opportunities to work as such. But maybe I should make my own project eventually, sometime. Anyway, what was I on about? Let's get back to it and hopefully wrap up by 3:30 so I don't become a zombie in the morning. But I think I'll definitely be a bit low on sleep tomorrow. So this one is good to show off her ultimate, I guess. Yeah, her skill range is very probably as big as the vectors. But then it's all around her, not in any spot you can pick. I wonder what that actually does. Hit to Exilium. Alright, nobody to attack here. Here, trying to break for you. Okay. Let's get the medic out of it. Don't think it's quite got him, but... Mitch still drinking that drink. Though Mishti sounds pretty cute as well. Okay, another medic. They line themselves up. Can I reach them from here? Oh, definitely. Bye bye. I think then getting some ability after isn't a thing for her normal, like V0. I think that's the no. Execute that guy. Nice scope. Breaking bloodbath. Okay, got a niter to fight. Yeah, those are weapon attachment stuff. Anyway, those who have seen the stream, and I don't think I've seen it myself, the stream of the game for the upcoming version, from what I was told, from what I gathered by lurking around some Girth Frontline spaces, is that we're getting Leva, Helena, and Robella in the next set of patches. I think I wanted to get them and Robella as well, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get all of them. Part of me wants to save for Robella because she's one of my favorite characters in GFL1, but I do want to get everybody, like reunite the original 404. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's get that cleared. Maybe I might need to change up my team a little, but I think Frostfall is okay to clear this, because they all got vulnerabilities that correspond to their elements. Oh, okay, five slots. Let's get a healer in, extra healer in, or maybe we can get Vector in and be fun. Okay, let's get Vector in. Yeah, 4 targets is good enough, probably. Alright. Okay, maybe. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. I'm looking at some enemies. I think that's a good switch to use for gating up. For each debuff on the target, corrosion damage from Lynn is increased. Okay, so all of her stuff is probably triggers all the stacks of poison. So that's why it deals a lot of damage to everything. Okay, I gotta think of a way for Colorado to use those. No, I guess we're wasting out on this guy. Okay, try to reach that one. So then maybe turn off the always showing ultimates. Depends. I don't know, it depends on what, I guess it depends. Okay, you can steal it as quick wall, but Vector can do that as well. Oh shit, okay, so it's time for some AV healing. Okay. I guess you can go drone terminal. But I don't think we might need to reconvene with Chico to get all the heat as well. That right word, reconvene. I guess this, we meet up again kind of. Alright then. And still haven't. I still aren't gonna notice, so I'm gonna stop here. Alright, 3 targets go. Wind might not reach. Nope. to be the priority. Yeah. We're all sort of similar health. Guess this guy is closest. But now they're all going to die first.
Okay. 今だ。こっちこっち。今だ。えい。消えてなくなれ。君逃がしません。
Okay, we're done.
天井は片付いた。皆の者、よくやったな。
I think I might be cutting it close. Almost 2 hours recorded. Let's get through challenge stages and maybe don't record the general ones. I'll just see if I can clear them when I get home tomorrow, and then I'll have to think what to record next. Same team. Same team.
Hi.
I think that guy with the scythe is a pretty annoying boss, so we gotta try to target him first. Okay, we're gonna get to enemies. More support attacks. It's so crazy yelling, but then I need to go all out on the voice actor for this with some of the guys in GFL2. Oh, okay. I think I forgot that this guy explodes himself with death.
よい。
はあ、何見てるの？
Kind of bunch shut up, but I hope the area attacks wouldn't do too much damage to us. Because this guy got a flamer. The more them. Okay.
そのまま消えて。何が言いたいの？君。
Don't think I can reach anyone from here, so take cover here.
了解。
Alright then. Okay, their reinforcements arrived. Got 6 targets revealed. What this guy can do? Debuffs. And damage.
もういいでしょう。
Nice roll. Might be a bit too exposed here, but let's see.
逃げられるとでも？何が言いたいの？ 消えてなくなれ。
Jelly low.
楽にしてあげる。
よい。
Alright, so this is it.
ターゲット確認。 星々を。
I guess I was right. I was thinking it was too exposed. But I guess for the challenge missions, it doesn't matter how how many of your squad is spawn, but yeah. I like how it animated him falling down before the attack reached him. Like, oh shit, gotta play that. That doesn't do anything from here. Well, that didn't do much. Every time.
戦場は片付いた。皆の者、よくやったな。
Let's get that frame. Actually, I wanna read. Sugar is both medicine that eases pain and a poison that creates addiction. Okay. Kind of understandable. That's why Lind is so reliant on it to dull the pain. Actually, did I read the final epilogue? I didn't, did I? So I gotta read that after. Okay, what was that? I do have to move her out of the allies, basically out of everyone's range, so that this area that's going to generate doesn't affect the enemies. It shouldn't.
よい。了解。
I hope that area wouldn't work through elevation, but who knows. If luck I can ride her motorcycle regardless of elevation. I'm not surprised if some enemies effects can reach as well. Not too many. I can be from here.
これがあなたの最後の輝き。分かった。
Let's see. Just get these guys rocked up. And they'll probably need to fly over there to do anything about it. Okay, we can reach, but I can't go through the wall. Oh shit. I ripped all off. I think her stats aren't very high compared to my other dolls. It is getting late. And it seems to keep up with the area to generate around a bunch of people. Let's get a little bit going.
もういいでしょう。耐えるのです。
Okay, you're bunching up. Guess you can't really launch themselves forward. More of them.
はあ？
従ってくれ。
何が言いたいの？キモ。
今だ。
こっちこっち。あら。
よい。
Okay, so this round is secure. Question mark. Not too much. I hope I'll get too troubled by this. Let's shoot us away. Let's just start. We gotta relocate our forces. Let's check out what that Black Tar Demon does. What's it do? More damage received after receiving burn. Even more damage if they're weak to burn. I don't know which target. How much is it going to be? 80%. It's a straight line AoE. Let's get rid of the code too bad. But let's see if we can. Okay, vector down. I mean, not too okay, but I think I can manage. And this cheetah is not super good at mass healing. God dang it, okay. Let's see what we can do. Maybe I should have went a bit further. They might put me kill me already. Oh god. Okay, the prioritizing expose characters. Good thing is we got rid of all of the boss enemies. So right now it's best I can do is survive the onslaught from here. Seem to be prioritizing cheater right now. What can I do? Okay, that kills me. Yeah, sure is a challenge one. And I can't hit a free spot unless no, I can't without exposing myself too much. Just retreat. Okay, we're all getting closer. Stability down, but we can still turn this around.
Yoi. Yoi. Imada.
This will be burn up. Shit. Four of them. And he almost killed me. Okay, I'm dead. Let's go before Lind dies. Okay, that's so putting you at risk. Okay, those debuffs are preventing some things. Okay, I think that worse. Okay.
消えてなくなれ。
Still exposed, so they just destroyed cover. Survive? Not survive. Okay. Let's go blind. Okay, that's too far. Okay, that's right before vector. Okay, let's go over here. Didn't expect to be stuck on this mission for a while. But if that's what has to be done.
そのまま消えて耐えるのです。
Yeah, okay. Okay, that was a lot. These two might be a problem later. Okay.
消えて死ぬ。
At least we lined up pretty well for this.
楽にしてあげれば。
了解。
はあ、何見てるの？
Look at me.
こっちこっち。
Although that's pretty much buff zone.
用意。
I'd rather not move you out of cover, so... I think I should use that because I think normal attack would have been enough to deal with him. Then him, whatever. Dang it. Okay. Probably not the end of the world, but let's see how we can deal with them. Okay, let's try to deal with that here. Good. Those exposed to snipers. So that's enough to take this one out, but not quite. I think right now the estimates are actually accurate compared to previous versions where they were underestimating and not counting the buffs from the attachments. Okay, let's get them. I don't know what I said about the buffs, but I guess
Huh?
I destroyed my own cover. Just stay behind there.
何が言いたいの
And gotta wait for them to get closer. Dang it. Acid debuff. Nasty stuff.
Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
You don't have any debuffs? Okay, you don't, but so you'll be our last hope of taking out that last guy out. Okay, it's all coming together, kind of, but it is a tough stage. This guy didn't over me. Just him get closer.
Huh?
He's biting me off instead. Okay. In another turn. Oh, okay. Getting closer instead. Surprise!
君も消えてなくなれ火力の高さだけが取り柄だよ私は
Alright, what time is it? Almost 4. I'm really letting myself go here. Oh well. Let's see what I have to do now. Read this. Forward and down. Strive forward while looking the wounds of the past straight in the eye. That is the meaning of your suffering. Okay, let's finish reading. Maybe do some more gacha and then I'll go sleep and upload this in the morning or daytime. Bribery records for government officials, illegal doll transaction logs, alternate records for the ship's environmental emissions. The Gerard Group has quite the litany of sins to its name. Frostfall Squad is going through the data link copied from the main control room. It is certainly quite impressive. There is breakdown for the Empina Vouse's income and expenditure here too. Let me see. Wow, this is kind of scary. They make more in one day than our squad does in 1 month? It's just as we thought. The income from the entertainment was minuscule compared to the legal betting on the doll arena. Well, we cannot be completely certain that the Gerard Group was controlling and running the doll arena. They could make a killing from the black market and use that opportunity to utilize their otherwise defective dolls. The Gerard Group wins either way. The beta virus was probably developed for that purpose and tested on the arena dolls. Oh yeah, speaking of which, what do you think you should get your frame checked out, Land? It would be bad if there were traces of that virus left behind with your neural cloud. Don't worry, I'm not weak enough to be taken over by an incomplete virus. I'm more interested in why it works on IOP dolls. Wasn't it meant to target Gerard group dolls? Lind, are you saying you suspect that the Gerard group stole 16 Labs doll's technology? Lind nods. This virus isn't like normal programs. Its right locations and logic would require a target with a highly similar base layer code for it to work. But if the base layer code were too similar, then it would essentially be intellectual property theft. If that's really true, we can use the evidence from the Doll Arena as proof of the Gerard group's crimes and make them pay for what they've done. Indeed. Even without the technology theft, just the proof of their crimes is enough to bring the Gerard group to court. I'll contact Miss Hellion now. Once we get back, we'll verify the matter ASAP. I'm pretty sure what we found will help the commander and Miss Kalina out in some way. Kunju opens a comm channel to Hellion and begins sending over what she's learned. After receiving Hellion's reply, Kunju's stern expression softens considerably. I have good news. Miss Hellion managed to find a neutral organization that's willing to take in the dolls from the arena and help them clear out the remaining beta virus in their neural clouds. Really? That's great. I'll finally be able to shake off the Gerard's group's control. Additionally, their organization will provide them with counseling and support them as they reintegrate into human society. Not only will they be able to remove the Gerard's group's influence, these dolls will also receive a chance to make a fresh start. You did very well, Lind. Yeah, she's a damn hero to them. Lind doesn't answer, only leaning against the cabin wall in silence. Scorching pain from the virus infection still aches in her body, and the sense of survivor's guilt envelops her. Lind reflexively looks down at her trembling hands. She's crying. I'm sorry. Lind, leader was praising you. Why are you apologizing? I mean, all this happened because I went off without permission and acted alone, right? And I even asked to change the plan at the last minute for selfish reasons. If anything had happened to you because of all that, then Lind swallows the rest of her words. The three of them quickly exchange glances. Then they head over to Lind's side as one. What's this, Lind? Are you actually worried about us? Relax, we're all okay, right? I believe our squad exists to support each other, understand each other, and to encourage each other. And in the end, your plan turned out fine. Yes, Cheetah and Tololo are correct. I know what kind of feelings must have motivated you, Lind. Your unwillingness to let Griffin wither away, the anger that drove you to save your fellow dolls, the pain you felt when you thought you had involved us in your trouble. The truth is, we're all the same. The same? Correct. Kunju gently pats Lind on the shoulder and smiles tenderly. As members of Frostfall squad, we all have the same goal. We seem to see things from different perspectives. Ultimately, I'm also partially responsible for this. I didn't communicate my thoughts clearly with you, which led to you feeling like you had to take everything on by yourself. So don't blame yourself anymore and relax a little. Okay. Lind looks up, her eyes filled with gratitude. It's then that Kunju notices the wound KO9 made in Lind's arm. Here, I'll help take care of that for you. Kunju takes out the repair kit and patches up the cut with a gentle touch and practice skill. The pain from the wound makes Lind wince. Oh, why don't you turn off your pain modules, Lind? Patching wounds up hurts, you know? Mm. The truth is, I can't disable my frame's pain modules. Why not? Does that mean you've been enduring all that pain during each battle? Link falls silent and then nods. Well, I wouldn't say enduring it. After all, I'm used to it now. I was an experimental doll used in clinical trials. Part of the reason why Carl kidnapped me was because of that. What? Lynn doesn't feel the disgust or awkwardness she expected when discussing this part of his history that she didn't want to disclose. Instead, she feels free. My first memories of this world were an icy cold research institute and endless days of clinical trials. My frame received special modifications in order to meet certain experimental requirements. Not being able to switch off my pain modules was one of them. But doesn't that make fighting and everyday life really inconvenient? Why don't we ask Miss Hellion to change out your frame when you get back? I'm sure she'll be able to think of something. Lind shakes her head. One of Griffin's researchers asked me the same question when I first came to Griffin. He said that human sensory feedback would affect my performance in battle and recommended I change to a more convenient body. But I refused. Wasn't that a good chance to do it? Why did you say no? I didn't know why I did it back then. I just did it out of reflex. Same thing with my name. I ought to be repulsed by the name Lind. The lab I was in gave it to me. It contains all the painful memories from back then. But even after getting the chance to change my name, I still chose this one. At that time I didn't know why I was so insistent on it, but now I think I'm slowly beginning to understand. Lind looks at her friends. Back then I thought I existed to be a test subject and that my pain was the only value I had. To deny this pain would be to deny my entire life and the reason I had for existing. It was in Griffin that I came to understand the true worth of it all. And it was my bonds with everyone that helped me realize that I could keep going forward, even while carrying pain of the past, that I could fight to protect others. I mean, the first step of accepting your past is being able to look it in the eye, right? Lind. And that's why I won't change my body, and I won't change my name. Frostfall Squad made me feel like I belonged, and you helped me understand my reason for existing. Thank you all for that. A can of cool fruit juice suddenly presses itself against Lind's cheek. Lind looks back and sees Cheetah grinning at her, leaving a pack of snacks just burned away for a moment like this. Ah, don't be so gloomy, Lind. Frostfall is a home for four, which means we're all essential to it. Makes perfect sense, right? Just like how you can't leave us, we can't leave you either. That's right. We're only able to handle difficult missions because we have you around. Whether in the past, present, or future, we will always fight side by side. Yup. In order to celebrate yet another perfectly completed mission, let's throw a party when we get back to base. Correction, it will be an after-crisis review meeting. Fortunately, the gold ship that the leader and Cheetah brought back is worth quite some money. Indeed, not only have we solved our current financial emergency, we've also managed to come up with a promising action plan for the future. With Tomo's observation skills, the support from Cheetah's items, Lind's combat power and my planning ability, we managed to demonstrate exceptional results in rescuing the hostages. We have proven that we can handle similar tasks of the same kind in the future. I believe that Frostfall Squad reputation will soon spread far and wide. communicator rings. On seeing the name on it, Granger smiles. It's from Miss Hellion. Let's take it together. The 4 members of Frostfall squad look at each other and smile. Then, as one, they press the receive button. As the helicopter rises through the last of the collapsed particle clouds, the warm light of dawn shines on their faces. This is Frostfall squad. Mission complete. We're heading home. Well, that was awesome. Absolute seamless. As the kids say. Well, I guess it's a multi-generational saying now. Though I don't know where that saying originated from. Anyway, that's a longer video than usual, but I'm glad I managed to read to the end and even clear the challenge stages. What else can probably raise some more of my currency. Not expecting to get anything out of it, but I guess new stuff. The gender change card. Not using it on this account, but who knows. It is a freebie for people who want to change their commander appearance, let's say. Alright, we are almost done. And I don't think I'll be able to get much. Just a couple of blues. Alright. With that, I bid you guys good night, or whatever time of day you're looking watching this video at. But I'm going to bed now. Bye bye. See you later.